Hello and welcome. My name is Ayana Lahi, and I am delighted that you are here with all of us today in Light Mastery Academy. In this episode, we are diving into communication breakthroughs for couples. A breakthrough is when we move from one state of being into another. A breakthrough is an aha moment. Aha moments are so much fun because before the aha moment, there can be moments of tension, anxiety, anger, fear, resentment that are coming up, and it doesn't feel good, but maybe that's what we're used to. What is your family lineage of communication? Was it open communication, where there was space held and created for your thoughts, your feelings to be expressed without judgment? Was the space given for you to explore your own perspectives on the world? Were there consequences to your curiosity, your wonderment? It is through curiosity and wonder that beautiful relationships are created. When we come across as a firm parent in a relationship, in a couple relationship, we are strengthening the voice of false power, that identity self that needs to exert itself because it needs to be seen a certain way. A lot of relationships get caught up in the role. They get caught up in how a person wants to be seen. They see the relationship as a way to build themselves up, their own image, their own importance in the relationship, whatever that self-created importance is. For those of you who come from a family system where communication was opened and allowed, how have you continued to open and receive that voice, that truth within inside of yourself, and have a clear of anger and fear? Anger and fear are the two major emotions that we bring into our relationship, but we cover them over. We put frosting over and around them, and we can become passive aggressive. We don't say what we really feel. We create words that might sound intelligent or completely avoid the situation, the moment completely, but not really hear anything. In your family system, did anybody hear you? What did you do about that? Did you stop hearing yourself? Did you go into your own imaginary world, make up your own reality, and live in that separate reality, and then creating it for the rest of your years to live in that separate reality that never quite connected into you, your true purpose? Your true purpose is found through hearing. And so in a conscious relationship, your couple experience is always giving you the experience of awakening into who you truly are, awakening into your purpose. And so if you falsely and wrongly, for the sake of the relationship, push onto your partner projections of who you see them as for you, the relationship is doomed. It can't make it through that, because in a couple relationship, both partners are there to realize who they are. And so what does that really look like, feel like? What does that move like in your relationship? What it really means is that you are receiving yourself. The receiving of your life energy, the receiving of your connection into your source. How does that differ than creating your partner to be the source of your life, the source of your emotions, that your partner needs to make you feel better about yourself all the time? What happens? Well, your partner begins to feel anxiety, self-doubt, feeling humiliated, self-shame, that they can't fulfill everything that you're putting upon them to fulfill. And it's a no-win situation, because your partner came into the relationship in order to realize themselves and further their expression, their success, their abundance, and the way they show up in the world. They're not here to fulfill what your needs are that come from a separate state of thinking about relationship. And so we learn how to be in relationship through what we're taught in our family system. And I've experienced so many people who will want to have an awakened conscious relationship, but really haven't come back to themselves through the healing of the wound of their own inner pain. And so in their sexual relationship, where sex, the energy of life force, will bring up the unresolved anger and pain that is inside of us. And so sexual energy, the breakthrough of sexual energy, is where you can surrender into your awakening sexual energy, not the suppressed sexual energy. Your suppressed sexual energy is your life force that you had to squash. Being in a family system where communications weren't freely supported, where your ego possibly, your ego meaning your self-identity, not your whole self, is being encouraged to grow. What we're talking about and what I'm here to guide in the Spirit Gateways Institute is your entry into your whole self. And there you tap into your genius intelligence, your divine human intelligence, that depth of connection that brings joy and brilliance. And it unveils, it opens up the roadmap inside of you to feel and see and walk your path, to show up, to be here, to be fully in your body, connected into that source, that light. God and human beings are not separate. And in this evolutionary time, moving forward in our progressive state, meaning moving forward, because evolutionary progress is all about opening and awakening into the depth of who we truly are, and then creating our life, our community, our world from that place of integration. So in the Spirit Gateways 21st Century Liberation Roadmap, you're given those tools and practices, the deeper understandings, so that your spiritual and physical life can become really living as one, because we are one. That is our natural existence. That's who we really are. And learning how to not overdose in the mental body, overdose in our head, while abandoning our own life force, light, truth, essence, creative power. What that does is it creates a fracture in our relationships. And your primary love relationship is the place for you to nurture that open support, that open embrace of who this partner is. Who is this person, really? And how could you support their expression in the moment? All of us bring anger forward into a love relationship. And that anger that is there is meant for us to feel it, not put it out on the partner. It's an anger from going back into your childhood. It could go back to a past life, and you may or may not know that in the moment. If you were ever humiliated, put down, shamed for being who you are, if some of your results in your life did not happen as you wanted, or as a child, if you were not able to communicate to your parents, thinking that it was you, but really your parents were busy and they weren't able to, or they didn't have the tools, they couldn't settle in to really show up totally for you. What happens is that you bring those unhealed feelings into the moment with your relationship partner, and you project that they are creating that feeling for you. Or after sex, you might have a feeling come up that you project onto your partner, but it's not your partner. It's what's coming up in you from the life force energy, exuberant overflow of a life orgasmic moment. An orgasm is a full conscious body experience. It's not meant to just be the release for pent up anger, pent up energy. And so realizing that through slowing everything down in sex and feeling and moving with the current of life. And yes, I love teaching about sexuality as a gateway into opening into realizing your soul, realizing your relationship in God, in yourself and with your partner. And that is part of the entire Spirit Gateways curriculum, the immense program that I'm rolling out there for you, that you can find at my website. And once you subscribe, you're just brought into the free global village where you can learn about how you can engage and move forward in accordance to what works for you. There's a lot of different options. My desire is to open and reveal for you the direct portals to enter into so that you can break through those barriers, invisible and visible, that are inside of you. That's the purpose of a conscious, healthy, vibrant relationship. So as you break through, as you open into your awakening journey and you share what you really feel with your partner, and you open that door and you're willing to really face it and embrace it, you are giving yourself and the relationship the opportunity to get real, so that you can travel through the existential feelings of, wow, no one's here for me, into the existence levels of, wow, we're growing something powerful together. We're learning how to open our sexual energies so that we're living in the vibrancy, the creative juice, the creative power of who we are, supporting that for one another, and really honoring the divine, that source of true grace, true love that is inside of both of you, and bringing that into the relationship so that two partners are serving the one whole, the one source. And in that reunion, in union, in that source of light, love, and truth that is there, that has the power to break all of our illusions, break through all of our holding patterns and stubbornness and resistance. That light, that love has the ability to wipe out the emotional damage from experiences in our world, in our family, through the schooling system we might have been in, and also embrace what really worked. Those moments when you had a teacher really nail it with you and support who you are. those moments in your own life where you've recognized what you really want to do, what you're really here for. Make sure that you're not here fulfilling the inner voices in your head that you don't know where they're coming from. Know where they're coming from. Get to question, get to know, so that you can be coming from yourself in your relationship, and as a partner to hold space, meaning make it safe for your partner to explore what's still unknown, what is still something they're grappling with, something that feels uncomfortable. And so the more you're comfortable in being with your own truth awakening, your own enlightening, bringing light into yourself, awakening into that truth of your soul, not the opinions of your head, you can have those positive, powerful breakthroughs into your relationship and create your time, space, short time, lifelong, precious moments of evolving and growing through being one with yourself, and then one with your partner, and one with the divine source that unifies both of your experiences together into one. Thank you for being here with all of us in Light Mastery Academy, and I look forward to being here with you again soon. Thank you.